Last time we saw the MDR team pull off that incredible Audi awakening.
Yeah, it was really something.
And now we're going to shift gears a little bit and see how Lumon reacts.
Yeah, okay.
Remember how it felt like the Indie Rebellion just went on forever?
It really did.
Well, it turns out that Lumon was manipulating the timeline.
Really?
It actually only lasted 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Which says a lot about Lumon and their need for control.
I was going to say.
They're trying to downplay it by minimizing the duration.
Right. Like it never even happened.
Basically, they want everyone to just forget about it.
I see.
But some things can't be forgotten so easily.
That's true.
Take Harmony Cobel, for example.
Okay.
Stripped of her authority and grappling with so much guilt.
Yeah.
We see her completely unravel. She's this living embodiment of Lumon's crumbling facade.
You know, it's like her descent mirrors the company's own.
Yeah.
She's torn between this loyalty to Lumon and this growing disillusionment.
Right.
Struggling to reconcile everything she's done.
It's really interesting to see.
And that confrontation with Mark at her house.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, her breakdown is both unsettling and revealing.
For sure.
It makes you wonder what she's going to do next.
Now that she's gone rogue.
Right.
And she's not the only one dealing with these really complex emotions.
It's true.
This episode really dives deep into the psychological effects of the severance procedure.
Okay.
We see these characters grapple with conflicting desires and memories.
It's fascinating.
It exposes this fundamental miscalculation that Lumon made.
What's that?
This belief that you can neatly compartmentalize a human being.
Oh, I see.
Like severed or not, these individuals have feelings.
Of course.
Desires.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're fragmented or suppressed.
Yeah.
And take a look at Helena Egan.
Like, okay.
The episode subtly hints at her envy towards her severed self, Heliar.
Interesting.
Specifically, her reaction to seeing Helly and Mark kiss.
Oh, wow.
Like, is it possible that she's driven by this desire to reclaim some part of herself that Helly experienced?
Like a life or a connection?
Exactly, something that she feels was taken from her.
Through the severance procedure,
Right.
It's an interesting perspective.
It is.
Severance is meant to create this clear separation,
Yeah.
but this episode shows how those lines can blur.
They really can.
Even for someone like Helena, who's seemingly in control.
Right, and on the other side of that divide, you have Mark,
Okay.
who's struggling to reconcile his innie and outie selves.
That's got to be tough.
It's like he's caught between two worlds,
Yeah.
unable to fully grasp either one.
It's a lot to process.
Think about the weight of his situation.
I know.
He's mourning Gemma
Right.
while simultaneously grappling with the knowledge that his innie is in love.
With potentially someone else.
Yeah, it's this level of internal conflict that he never could have anticipated.
Makes sense.
And it raises the question,
What's that?
can you truly find love when you're literally divided?
That's a good question.
And it's a dilemma that's explored in a broader societal context.
Right.
Through Dylan's experience.
Okay.
Imagine going for a job interview,
Uh-huh.
and the moment they learn that you're severed, their entire demeanor changes.
Oh, wow.
It's chilling.
It is.
It's this glimpse into a potential future where severance becomes more widespread.
Right.
The interviewer's blatant prejudice speaks volumes.
I can imagine.
Are severed individuals viewed as less than?
Less than human, almost.
Right. Or untrustworthy?
Yeah.
Or simply undesirable?
It's scary to think about.
It is, and amidst all this drama,
Yeah.
we have Irving who throws us the curveball.
What do you mean?
This mysterious connection to someone named Burt Goodman.
Burt Goodman.
He finds a map.
Okay.
He makes this cryptic phone call.
This is strange.
It adds this whole other layer of intrigue to the story.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
He's clearly trying to communicate with his Nimi self.
It seems that way.
But the question is why?
That's the big question.
And who is this Burt Goodman character?
Right.
Is this a personal mission, or is there something deeper going on within Lumon?
It could be either one.
And to make things even more unsettling, someone is watching him.
What?
This Burt Goodman appears lurking in the shadows.
Oh, wow.
Like, what does it all mean?
That's creepy.
It really is.
It's like Irving's innie is trying to break through
Yeah.
to warn his outie self about something.
Like there's some kind of danger.
Yeah.
It raises the stakes for him,
Definitely.
pushing him further down a path he may not fully understand. And the episode masterfully utilizes darkness and shadows,
Oh, yeah.
reflecting the characters' confusion and the lack of information they possess,
They're all in the dark.
both literally and figuratively.
Right.
And then there's Cobel's goodbye to Mrs. Selvig.
Oh, yeah. What about that?
It's not just a casual farewell.
No, it's not.
She packs her bags.
Uh-huh.
She leaves a note. She drives away. This is a woman on the edge.
She's done with Lumon.
No longer playing by their rules.
She's unpredictable.
Potentially dangerous.
Will she expose Lumon?
Or will she become an even greater threat?
I don't know.
It's hard to say, but one thing's for sure.
Like that.
Harmony Cobel is a force to be reckoned with. And her departure really highlights this key theme running through the episode.
Which is?
Freedom.
Freedom.
The severed workers crave it.
Yeah.
Helena seems to be seeking it.
Uh-huh.
And even Cobel, in her own twisted way, is breaking free from constraints.
Interesting.
It's like everyone is on this quest for liberation.
I see what you mean.
Even if they don't fully understand what that means.
Right.
And that makes for a very compelling narrative.
Definitely.
We're invested in these characters.
Yeah.
And their struggles.
We want them to break free.
But we also know the path to freedom is rarely straightforward.
Never is.
It's a journey fraught with danger and deception.
For sure.
With twists and turns around every corner. But we can't wait to see where it leads.
I know, me neither. You know, this episode really digs into how those seemingly separate worlds...
The innie and outie?
Yeah, like, they're more intertwined than Lumon wants to admit. It's like that perfect image that Lumon projects is starting to... Yeah, just like Cobel.
That's a great way to put it.
The MDR team's outing was like someone just ripped a hole right through Lumon's carefully crafted facade.
And now they're desperately trying to patch it up, but...
The damage is done.
The damage is done.
Even the way they reduced the rebellion to just 2 days.
Right.
It's a tactic of control.
Totally.
It's almost as if they're saying, see, nothing to worry about.
Just a minor blip.
But for those innies,
yeah,
those 2 days were a lifetime.
They were, and for Mark... the impact is undeniable. He's wrestling with the memories of his innie.
Uh-huh.
The confusion of those feelings.
Yeah.
And the weight of Gemma's supposed death.
It's a lot for one person to carry.
It really is.
And the episode doesn't shy away from that emotional toll.
No, it doesn't.
We see the conflict etched on Mark's face.
Oh, yeah.
Literally caught between light and shadow, symbolizing that duality he's experiencing.
It's really powerful imagery.
And then there's Helena Egan.
Okay.
This episode gives us a glimpse into her psyche that's both intriguing, a bit unsettling.
There's a definite tension there.
Between her outward confidence and this sense of longing.
Like she's searching for something.
That she can't quite name it.
And then we see her watching that clip of Helly and Mark kissing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a flicker of something in her eyes.
Could it be jealousy?
Maybe.
A yearning for that connection?
That she can only experience through her severed self.
It makes you wonder if maybe Helena is trying to reclaim a part of herself.
That Helly experience.
Right, like maybe there's a piece missing for Helena.
A piece that Severance took away.
It's a fascinating idea.
It is.
Severance is supposed to create this clean break.
Yeah.
But the episode suggests it's not that simple.
Definitely not.
Emotions, desires, even memories can bleed through.
Speaking of memories,
yeah,
we still don't have all the answers about Cold Harbor.
Right.
But the connection between Gemma, Mark, and those numbers.
It's like they're tapping into something deep within her subconscious.
It's both fascinating and a little frightening.
Isn't it?
As if they're accessing her emotions through memories and somehow translating them onto that screen.
What does it all mean?
I don't know.
And then we have Irving and his cryptic message.
Oh, yeah.
Who is Burt Goodman and what is he trying to tell his innie self?
Tell me questions.
The phone call, the shadowy figure watching him.
Yeah.
It adds an element of suspense.
Definitely.
There are layers of secrets here.
Right.
And Irving seems to be stumbling onto something he doesn't fully understand.
The way his storyline unfolds,
yeah,
it feels like we're watching a spy thriller within a psychological drama.
Oh, I know. It's so cool.
And let's not forget Dylan's experience with that job interview. The blatant prejudice he encounters.
I know, it's terrible.
It highlights the potential societal anxieties around severance.
For sure.
It's a chilling glimpse into a future.
Where your severed status becomes a basis for discrimination.
Exactly.
It's like the episode is asking us,
yeah,
are we truly ready for this technology? What are the ethical implications if we allow it to become commonplace?
It's definitely a cautionary tale.
Especially in our world where technology is advancing at such a rapid pace.
So true. And yet, amidst all these dark and unsettling elements, the episode still manages to find moments of humor and humanity.
Oh, I like that.
Like, think about Dylan trying to navigate that absurd job interview.
It's funny, but also kind of sad.
Or the awkward yet endearing way Mark interacts with his sister and brother-in-law.
Those moments ground the story, make it relatable.
Even when these characters are making questionable choices or behaving in ways we don't fully understand,
Right.
we still feel for them.
The writing and the performances are so nuanced. You can see the fear, the confusion, the longing in their eyes. What's going to happen next?
There's a definite sense of momentum building.
Like all these seemingly disparate threads.
The rebellion, the revelations about Gemma Irving's cryptic message.
It's like they're all starting to converge.
It feels like something big is about to happen.
And I have a feeling that something big is going to blow our minds.
What do you think?
This show consistently challenges our expectations.
It does.
It's a testament to the creators that they've managed to keep us guessing.
Even after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here.
For disgust.
To theorize, to try and make sense of it all.
Son.
So what are your thoughts?
What secrets do you think Lumon is hiding?
What fate awaits the MDR team?
Let's continue the conversation in the comments.
There are so many layers to unpack.
I'd love to hear your insights.
Your predictions. What stood out to you the most in this episode?
What are you hoping to see unravel next?
And don't forget, you can catch Severance on Prime Video.
Sign up for a free 30-day trial using the link in the description.
This episode was a masterclass in suspense.
I agree.
It keeps you guessing, keeps you hooked.
And it reminds us why we keep coming back to Severance.
Why is that?
It's a show that challenges us, makes us think.
And stays with us long after the credits roll.
So what are your theories?
What's the true purpose of Cold Harbor?
What message is Irving trying to send to his innie?
Head down to the comments and let's discuss.
We want to hear your thoughts, your predictions, what stood out to you the most.
And if you haven't already, be sure to check out Severance on Prime Video.
You can sign up for a free 30-day trial using the link in the description.
Trust us, it's worth it.
Until next time, keep those minds questioning.
And those innie-outie connections strong.